Hello, my name is MaryD and welcome to my YouTube channel, MaryD Plays. In this video, I'll be doing the Fender Play Level 1 Lessons Rock Path on the bass guitar. In last videos, we have done Course 1, Course 2. We skipped Course 3 because it's a riff course, and I'm planning to put all the riff courses for Level 1 in one video. So moving on to course number 4, did course number 5, and last video we did course number 6, learning how to read tabs or tablatures. And course number 7 is another riff course for the Batman theme. But again, we're going to wait and hold off and do it when I'm ready to do the video on the riffs. Put all the riffs on one video. Moving on to course number 8, which we'll do today, is get to know the first and second strings. That's your G and your D. That's your first two strings. And it looks like there's 10 lessons or 10 activities. Oh, wait a minute. It's asking me, do I want to mark it as complete? Cancel. I screwed up. I was supposed to click there. Okay, so let's see. The G and D strings are the top two strings of your bass. Having familiarity with them is the key for any player. So as soon as you start playing notes on them, the better. And you work your way up the neck on both of the strings. You'll be playing common notes that are in many songs. Use proper hand placement on your frets will help you as I start playing more and more notes. You can build strength and dexterity in your fraying hand and become more comfortable finding the location of notes you want to play. Yeah, here's the thing. When I start playing a guitar, because actually I played guitar before I played bass, I focused more on the first 5 frets on the guitar. So I actually know my first 5 frets on both the guitar and bass. But when I get past, if you ever notice with any music I play, when I get past fret 5, especially around frets 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way down, I start having problems because I haven't memorized, or I don't have the muscle memory yet for that area. So any songs that are down there are not. I don't really do a good job with. I am learning and working on it. I'm slowly moving, but for a long time I actually was kind of scared to work on anything past fret 5 for guitar. And then of course I started playing bass a couple years ago, but bass, they got you going all over the place automatically. Anyways, I couldn't really avoid not playing anything past fret 5. But with my guitar books growing up, I was able to avoid playing anything down there because a lot of the guitar books from the early 90s, they were in, majority of them were in first position. They've rarely gone down. I mean, you would have to get in higher levels or progress, and I usually by that time, when you get to bar chords and everything, I got frustrated and gave up playing guitar or stopped playing guitar for a little bit. All right, enough talking. Let's see. Let's start with our first video. Notes on the G string. Learn some fretted notes on the G string. By the end of the lesson, you'll be able to identify where the G, A, B notes are on your G string. Identify what the natural notes are. And I guess this is the tabs. So here's that.
Let's learn a few helpful notes on the G string. We're going to be learning the notes G, A, and B. All notes in music are labeled using the first 7 letters of the alphabet, and we refer to this concept as the musical alphabet. So we're using the letters A through G. And this note sequence repeats over and over. So we have the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and we repeat A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. These are also known as the natural notes, and sounds get higher as you move up the alphabet from A to G, and they move lower as you move from G down to A. Now, as you hold down a note on the fretboard, the pitch is going to change, and as we move up the fretboard towards the bridge, the pitch gets higher. And as we move down towards the headstock, the pitch gets lower. As a tip, you want to make sure that you're playing right behind the fret wire for the best tone. You don't want to be too far behind, or else it starts to buzz out, and you don't want to be right on top of the fret wire. Just right behind for the best possible tone. Also, make sure that you're placing the thumb of the fret hand right behind the neck. Now we're going to be playing those three notes, G, A, and B, on the G string. Let's start off with an open G. So we got open G, and then we play an A at the second fret with our first finger, and then B at the fourth fret with our fourth finger. Now you can use just your fourth finger, or you can use a combination of both your third and fourth fingers to give you a little more leverage to play that note. So we have G, A at the second fret, and B at the fourth fret. Let's take a look at that from a different angle. We have the open G, A at the second fret, and B at the fourth fret. Let's practice playing these notes, the G, A, and B, on the G string, and let's say the note names out loud to help you remember them. We're going to play each note 4 times as quarter notes. We're going to play all that twice. Let's start off with an open G. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. Then A and B. Let's do that again, one more time. And G. A at the second fret with the first finger. Finally, B at the fourth fret. 2, 3, 4. Now in the rhythm hand, I'm using an alternating index and middle finger pattern. Now as we're playing each of the notes, we're going to be using a rest stroke, meaning when you pluck a string, you're going to rest the finger on the adjacent string, and it's going to land on a lower string. Now the thumb, you can go ahead and place on either like a pickup, a lower string, on the body, or if you happen to have a thumb rest, you could rest it there as well. Try out a couple different things, see what works best for you. Now let's go ahead and play through that exercise again, and let's take a closer look at my rhythm hand. I'm going to start off with my index finger. So index, middle, index, middle, keep going. We've got the A, and then B. Do it one more time, starting with the open G. Practice the notes on the G string to build strength and speed. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, neighbors are getting active. I live in an apartment building, so if you hear any commotion, it's a weekend, neighbors are out and about. And I have no idea what they're doing. There are neighbors moving out, so I think it's too late to move out now. But, just one of those things. What was it, 28th? Oh, yeah, she needs to be out today. At least by Monday. So she might be moving out today. Alright, let's see. Where was I? Oh, go to next lesson. Practice your finger technique while learning some of the natural notes of the G string. By the end of the lesson, you'll understand how to practice playing a note sequence of G, A, and B. Did we just do that? Practice plucking half notes, quarter notes, and whole notes. I swore we'd done something somewhere. Okay, maybe not quite, but wow. Okay.
In this exercise, we'll work on our finger strength and dexterity in the fret hand by playing some notes on the G string. Here's what the exercise sounds like. I'm going to play through it twice and then end the exercise with an open G. One more time. And end with an open G. Now in the fret hand, we're going to start off with open G. We're going to play that 2 times as quarter notes. Then we're going to move up to the 2nd fret and play the A with our first finger. Play that twice. Move back down with an open G. Play that twice. And then up to the 4th fret to play that B, and play that twice as well. And we're going to repeat that pattern several times and then end the entire exercise with an open G. And in the rhythm hand, we're just using an alternating index and middle finger pattern, starting with the index finger. So starting with that open G, we have index, middle, then index, middle, and so on. Now remember, as you're holding down a note on the fretboard, you want to hold down the note right behind the fret wire to get the best possible tone. You don't want to be too far behind, or else the notes will start to buzz out, or you don't want to be like
That's not bad. I'd have it right there.
Either. You want to be right behind. Also, you don't want to collapse the fingers. Ideally, you want to keep somewhat of a curve to the fingers to go ahead and play each of the notes. Let's play through the exercise 8 times. I'll count you in. 1, 2, ready, go. G, A, G, and B. 2nd time around. Here's the 3rd time. And 4th. 5. And 6. 7. Last one. And end with an open G. 2, 3, 4. Great work playing the notes on the G string. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time.
Screwed up on the ending. Should have been an open G going 4 beats. So I screwed up on that. Should probably do it again.
In this exercise, we'll work on our finger strength and dexterity in the fret hand by playing some notes on A. Also, you don't want to collapse the fingers. Ideally, you want to keep somewhat of a curve to the fingers. Ready, go. G, A, G, and B. 2nd time around. Here's the 3rd time. And 4th.
Something happened. Clicker?
5.
The video skipped or something.
And B. A. 2. Ready, go. G, A, G, and B. 2nd time around. Here's the 3rd time.
It is skipping. I just heard skip.
And 4th.
Alright, I'm just gonna move on to the next. I don't know why it's skipping. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
2nd time around. G, 2, ready, go.
I'm going to take a listen.
A, G, and B. Second time around. Here's the third time.
Yep, see right there, it skipped.
And fourth.
Alright, let's see.
5.
Let's go to the next lesson. Yeah, I lost count where I was at, so I was just listening for it to end. Alright, notes next. Up next is notes on the D string. Learn some fretted notes on the D string. By the end of the lesson, you will learn how to review the 7 letters of the musical alphabet, understand how pitch goes up and down, and identify the D, E, and F on the D string.
In this lesson, we're going to review the musical alphabet and learn the notes on the D string. All notes in music are labeled with the first 7 letters of the alphabet, and we refer to this concept as the musical alphabet. So we use the letters A through G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the sequence repeats over and over. This is also known as the natural notes, and sounds move higher as we move higher up in the alphabet from A to G, and sounds move lower as we move from G to A. Let's take a look at some of the notes on the D string. Now remember, when you hold a note on the fretboard, the pitch is going to change, and as we move up the fretboard towards the bridge, the notes are going to go higher. As we move down towards the headstock, the pitch is going to go lower. Now we're going to be playing 3 notes on the D string. We're going to start off with our open D. The next note is going to be E, and we play that at the 2nd fret with our first finger. And the third note is going to be the F, and we're going to be playing that on the 3rd fret with our 2nd finger. Let's take a look at that from a different angle. So we have our open D, our E at the 2nd fret with our first finger, and F at the 3rd fret with our 2nd finger. Now, as a note, to get the best possible tone, you want to make sure that you're playing right behind the fret wire. You don't want to be too far behind, or else you get some buzzing, and you don't want to be right on top. You want to be right behind the fret wire to get that good tone. Let's practice playing those notes, D, E, and F on the D string. Now we're going to say the note names out loud as we play them, and we're going to play each of the notes 4 times as quarter notes. I'll count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, E, and F. One more time. D, E, and F. Cool. In the rhythm hand, we're using an alternating index and middle finger pattern. And also, when we place the thumb, we want to go ahead and rest it on either a lower string, or maybe the pickup, or the body of the instrument. And if you happen to have a thumb rest, you can go ahead and rest it there as well. Just try out a couple different things, see what works for you. I'm going to go ahead and rest my thumb on a lower string. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at my rhythm hand. I'm going to go ahead and play that same exercise again. 4 notes on the D string, 4 notes on the E, and then the F. Go ahead and start off with the D. 1, 2, 3, 4, D. We got E and F. One more time. D, E, and finally F. Practice the notes on the D string to help build strength and dexterity in your fret hand. And remember to say the note names when you play them to go ahead and memorize the placement on the fretboard. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time.
If you hear any commotion, I think there's some neighbors fighting, and then nearby someone is firing fireworks. And now there's a car alarm going off nearby. Activity on the road. Okay, let's go ahead and do the next exercise. Practice it. Notes on the D string. And go to the next lesson. More on the D string. Work on your finger technique while learning some natural notes on D string. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand how to practice playing a note sequence with D, E, and F. Practice plucking half notes and practice plucking whole notes. And the tabs are here. Looks like we're going to be doing them 8 times. Alright, that's it.
In this exercise, we'll work on our finger strength and dexterity in the fret hand by playing some notes on the D string. Here's what the exercise sounds like. Play it one more time. Now end with an open D. Now in the fret hand, we're playing those 3 notes, the D, E, and F. We're going to start off with an open D and play it twice as quarter notes. 1, 2. We're going to move over to the 3rd fret with our 2nd finger, play the F twice. Then back to an open D twice. And then the E at the 2nd fret with our 1st finger twice. And we're going to repeat that pattern several times. But at the end of the exercise, we're going to end with an open D string. Now in the rhythm hand, we're just using an alternating index and middle finger pattern. I'll demonstrate. So we have index, middle, index, middle, index, middle, index, middle. Now remember, to get a good tone as you're pressing down a note on the fret, you want to make sure that you're right behind the fret wire. You don't want to be too far behind, or else it starts to buzz out, and you don't want to be like right on top of it either. It starts to get kind of muted. You want to be right behind the fret wire to get a good tone. Also, try not to collapse your fingers too much. You don't want to be too flat. Ideally, you want some slight curve in your fingers to go ahead and hold down the notes. Not too flat. Give it a curve. Let's get ready with our open D string. We're going to play through the exercise 8 times. I'll count you in. 1, 2, ready, go. D, F, D again, and E. 4, halfway through. And 5. And 6. Seven. And last one. And end with an open D string. 2, 3, 4. Great work playing those notes on the D string. Keep at it, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Issue. Combine notes learned from G and D to improve your fretboard competency. I know what the word is. It's just my speech impairment. Competency. Anyways, by the end of this lesson, you'll understand how to practice switching between G and A strings, practice plucking 8 notes, and practice plucking half notes.
Let's play through an exercise that combines the notes on the G and D strings. Let's walk through the exercise. We begin on the open G string, playing G, A, B, A, G 2 times. G, A, B, A, G. One more time. G, A, B, A, G. Then we repeat that same idea on the D string, D, E, F, E, D 2 times through. D, E, F, E, D. One more time, and D, E, F, E, D. Now the rhythm consists of 4 eighth notes in a row and then a half note, so we would be counting like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then D and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. With your rhythm hand, you're alternating between your index and middle fingers. Let's play through it together 3 times. I'll count you in. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and G, A, B, A, G and 4 and G, A, B, A, G and 4 and D, E, F, E, D and 4 and D, E, F, E, D and 4. Repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 notes across multiple strings is essential to becoming a great bass player. Practice switching back and forth between the notes on the G and D strings, and you'll be well on your way. Have fun, and I'll see you later.
Wow, neighbors are really loud tonight. And for record, I do have a sign on my door saying I'm recording, and they've already seen it, you know. They already know around here that I do recordings. But, you know, they'll open up their door and scream and everything, so not much I can do. In fact, I kind of wonder if it actually putting the sign up encourages them more. I don't know. One of the reasons why I do have a sign up, because it also says do not disturb, because sometimes neighbors will knock on my door because they want to borrow things. At least they call it borrow, but you know how it goes is, can I borrow this? And that you use it up, you know. All right, let's see. Where were we? Yeah, we're going to do this exercise. This does some screw ups. I'm going to play it one more time. Okay, going to try it again. Yes, because I screwed up a little bit toward the end.